MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? I am the driver, I am a rider, guess you can hate me, not my concern. I'm a survivor, I'm like MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? Right when you doubt me, move on without me, that is the moment that I return. Don't clock in, I don't count hours, I won't leave, won't hit the showers, won't stop till I get my flowers. Yeah. Hate or doubt, don't know what's cuter, count me out, you need a tutor, won't shut down, I'm no computer. I'm a survivor, I'm like MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? I am the driver, I am a rider, guess you can hate me, not my concern. I'm a survivor, I'm like MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? Right when you doubt me, move on without me, that is the moment that I return. A battle cry for the nights that really I could have died. Ayo, 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 every time that I ever broke down and I cried. Ayo, 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 to the people who try to make me run, make me hide. Ayo, 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 told me that they love me, but in the end they lied. Ayo, 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 I gotta push forward, I'm never hitting reverse. Ayo, 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 to the woman who led me, I've never seen her since birth. To the people who told me I'm stupid and I was dumb. And to those who told me what I would never become. I'm a survivor, I'm like MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? I am the driver, I am a rider, guess you can hate me, not my concern. I'm a survivor, I'm like MacGyver, I'm gonna make it, when will they learn? Right when you doubt me, move on without me, that is the moment that I return.
Attention shoppers. This is Leslie Jones with an important announcement. Supermarket Sweep is back with a brand new season. So grab a giant cheese wheel and some friends.
We're Team Fun Guys.
And check out all the fun surprises we've got in store. On your carts, get set, yeah!
Supermarket Sweep premieres Sunday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Making paper like Michael, I'm feeling like a boss. Never took a break, not Rachel and Ross. They've been too biased, they can get crossed. 815, now it's time to get lost. Henny in your system, a system like Dennis. Yes, I found a lane like my last name, Bennis. Going Bill 9, so they can deny. Yes, I've been cooking in a lab like a chemist. Hate it or love it, but I won't stop till the day that I reach the top. Oh yeah, a legend is what I'll be. I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. I don't care what you have to say, everything is gonna be okay. Yo, if y'all ain't got nowhere to go, just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy. And I ain't got shame, that's just me being frank. I invested in myself like a shark, no tank. I made it through the weeds like Nancy, no dank. Till the day I get a Grammy saying who I wanna thank. If y'all ain't talking dope, then y'all ain't saying nothing like Maggie. Redefining hip-hop, the tracks are still swaggy. Thought I cooled off, thought you had me, but my lines burn after reading like Bradley. Hate it or love it, but I won't stop till the day that I reach the top. Oh yeah, a legend is what I'll be. I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. I don't care what you have to say, everything is gonna be okay. Yo, if y'all ain't got nowhere to go, just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy the show. Stayed around the stew like Dill. Bet I could put you in your place like Phil. Call Miss Keaton, I'm going for the kill. Tim Taylor flows, y'all people know the drill. Or act out of character, yeah, that's American crime. Y'all like Peralta only going 9-9. I give 100%, I got a hunger for the game. Like I 8 to 11, I was made for prime time. I love it, but I won't stop till the day that I reach the
Up, motherfucker.
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round,
the
real
people
quick,
that are in those training rooms with him know how good
because
he
he
is.
just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me,
They're
I thought he was a con
they're-
artist,
no, they're-
just based off his look.
They're an edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, September 24th, 2021. Got a big show planned for you today. Got a pretty good slate of baseball games. Got some college football games tonight. Talk some college football and NFL. It's going to happen over the weekend. Also have big UFC happening over the weekend. So if you're stuck in your house like I am this weekend, guess what? There's a lot of sports that's going to be on. So at least there's some stuff maybe to keep us entertained. Won't be as a. But tomorrow we got that big UFC 266. Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler are on that card, and you got Volkanovski against Ortega is the main event. Valentina Shevchenko's on that card. You got 3 5-round fights on that card. Should be a real good card. We will be live tomorrow with live reaction and live watch along to that at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come join us for that. But all right, let's jump right into some baseball here, shall we? All right, first game we have afternoon game here on this Friday. You got the Cardinals against the Cubs. The Cardinals are -1.5 on the run line, -146 money line. The Cubs are +124 on the money line. Over/under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Happ on the mound for the Cardinals, Still on the mound for the Cubs. Cardinals have been hot here as of late. They went from being 2 or 3 games back in the wild card to having like a 4.5 game lead in the second wild card spot, as the Reds have just imploded, losing again yesterday. Cubs blew up their team. They're not a very good team right now. I like the Cardinals here at the -146 on the money line. Next game. I'm going to go with, and also I'd like to go with the under 8.5 on the Cubs Cardinals. But next game, we got the Rangers at the Orioles. Rangers are -1.5 on the run line, -110 money line. The Orioles are -106 money line. Over/under for this game is set at 9.5. You have Howard on the mound for the Orioles. Howard on the mound for the Rangers. Wells on the mound for the Orioles. Howard's coming off a solid start. Neither one of these teams have been real good. The Rangers traded away a couple of their best players, including their best pitcher. Baltimore has the worst pitching staff in baseball. The Orioles did win the series opener last night. Wells has a 7.96 ERA. Opponents are hitting .357 off of him. At home. I lean toward the Rangers here at the -110 on the money line. Like I said, neither one of these teams are real great. I'm going to go with the under 9.5. Both these offenses can struggle to score runs. Next game is the Pirates at the Phillies. The Phillies are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 225 money line. Pirates are plus 188 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 9. Now you have Howard on the mound for the Pirates, Gibson on the mound for the Phillies. Pirates are not a good team, even though they looked like a good team last week against the Reds, but they're really not a good team. They don't have but the Phillies have been up and down. Gibson hasn't been as solid with the Phillies as he was at the beginning of the season with the Rangers. I'll lean toward the Phillies here, but the minus 225 on the money line, that's too steep. And at the minus 1.5, Pirates have been playing some competitive ball, even though they're not a real good team. But I would lean toward the Phillies at the minus 1.5 on the run line. Next game, we have the Washington Nationals at the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 186 money line. Nationals are plus 156 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Espino on the mound for the Nationals, Sonny Gray on the mound for the Reds. Espino has an ERA of 5.20. Nationals aren't a great team either. They traded away their best pitcher, their best hitter and stuff at the All-Star breaks, or at the trading deadline, excuse me. So they're going into rebuilding mode. The Reds looked like they were going to be competing to be right at the top of their division this year, and then they've just imploded. They've won 3 of their last 10 games. Gray's been pretty solid, but the Reds have lost his last 3 starts. But with all that being said, I am a big Reds fan, but the Nationals aren't. Reds offense has to pick up sooner or later. I like the Reds today at the minus 186 on the money line. All right, your next game is the Kansas City Royals at the Detroit Tigers. The Royals are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 105 money line. Tigers are minus 110 on the money line. The over-under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Hernandez on the mound for the Royals. Mize on the mound for the Tigers. Neither one of these teams are great. The Tigers have been better this year than what, it's bad to say, they've been better this year than what they were expected to be. Excuse me. They're 74-78. Mize has a 3.64 ERA. The Royals struggle with pitching, and they're struggling offensively right now. I like the Tigers here at the minus 110 on the money line. Next game is the New York Yankees at the Boston Red Sox. Yankees are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 118 money line. Boston is plus 100 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 9. The Yankees have Garrett Cole on the mound. Red Sox have Eovaldi on the mound. Cole is 1-2 versus Boston this season. Yankees are 5-2 in Cole's last 7 starts. The Red Sox have won 7 in a row. Boston has won Eovaldi's last 6 starts. I lean toward Boston here at the even money. I mean, at home as even money, it's hard not to lean toward Boston. Eovaldi's been pitching well. It's going to be a good game. But I lean toward the Eovaldi at the plus 100 even money. All right, next game is the Chicago White Sox at the Cleveland Indians. The White Sox are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 116 money line. The Indians are minus 102 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8. You have Cease on the mound for the White Sox, Bieber on the mound for the Indians. Cease has struggled some on the road this year for the White Sox. He has a 5.02 ERA on the road. For Cleveland, Bieber is making his first start since June. He's been on the IL. He was 7-4 with a 3.28 ERA before the injury. We'll see how he looks coming back from the injury. The White Sox have been struggling here down the stretch, but I lean toward the White Sox in this game just because Bieber's coming back from that injury and you're not sure what to expect. But the White Sox have been struggling this down the stretch. All right, next game we have is the Marlins at the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are -1.5 on the run line, -275 money line. The Marlins are +225 on the money line. Over/under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Cabrera on the mound for the Marlins, Robertson on the mound for the Rays. I like the Rays here. -275 is way too steepo. I would lean toward the Rays at the -1.5 on the run line, but Marlins are a scrappy team. I don't know if I would want to give up a 1.5 against them. Next game is the Cardinals at the Cubs. For some reason, I thought I wrote. Okay. Okay, this is game 2 of a doubleheader today. So I just talked about the Cardinals. This is game 2 of the doubleheader. You got Flaherty is going to be on the mound for the Cardinals. Davies is going to be on the mound for the Cubs. Cardinals are at -180. Cubs are at +152. Over/under for this game is set at 8.5. This will be a 7-inning game. I like the Cardinals here in game 2, just like I did in game 1. Next game is the Mets at the Brewers. Brewers are -1.5 on the run line, -142 money line. The Mets are +120 on the money line. Over/under for this game is set at 8. You have McGill on the mound for the Mets, Lauer on the mound for the Brewers. The Mets have lost 7 of their last 8. McGill has a 6.75 ERA in September. The Mets have been struggling offensively here as of late. Lauer on the mound for the Brewers. In September, he has a 1.09 ERA. I like the Brewers here at the -142 on the money line. All right. Next game is the Toronto Blue Jays at the Minnesota Twins. The Blue Jays are -1.5 on the run line, -146 money line. The Twins are at +124 on the money line. Over/under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Berrios on the mound for the Blue Jays, Ober on the mound for the Twins. Blue Jays have won 4 of Berrios' last 5 starts. This will be Berrios' first game back in Minnesota since being traded to the Blue Jays. The Twins are, Ober's on the mound for the Twins. He has a 6.57 ERA. I like the Blue Jays here at the -146 on the money line. All right, next game is the San Francisco Giants at the Colorado Rockies. Giants are -1.5 on the run line, -210 money line. Rockies are +176 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 12.5. The Giants have won 15 of their last 20. Wood is on the mound for the Giants. He has a 4.57 ERA. The Rockies have won 8 of their last 10. Lambert for the Rockies is making his first MLB appearance since 2019. I like the Giants here at the -210 money line, maybe using a parlay. Next game is the Seattle Mariners at the Los Angeles Angels. Mariners are -1.5 on the run line, -122 money line. The Angels are +104 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8.5. Gilbert's on the mound for the Mariners. Suarez on the mound for the Angels. The Mariners play teams tough, man. But Suarez has been pitching solid for the Angels. I like the Angels here at plus money. To get the Angels at plus money with Suarez on the mound, I like that spot. Like that spot quite a bit, to be honest with you. Yeah, to get the Angels at plus money is with Suarez on the mound. I like that. It's good odds. And let's see. Next game we have the Los Angeles Dodgers at the Arizona Diamondbacks. You have Gonsolin on the mound for the Dodgers. Castellanos is going to be on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Dodgers are -1.5 on the run line, -240 money line. The D-backs are +198 money line. Over-under for this game is set at 10. I like the Dodgers here. -240 on the money line. It's obviously too steep. I like the Dodgers at the -1.5 on the run line as well. The next game is the Houston Astros at the Oakland Athletics. You have Greinke on the mound for the Astros, Montas on the mound for the Athletics. Oakland is -1.5 on the run line, -120 money line. Astros are +102 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8. I'll lean toward the Athletics here because they're at home. Greinke's been up and down this season. But yeah, I'll lean toward the Athletics at the -120 on the money line. And I like the over the 8 in this game. All right, that is all the Major League Baseball games for today. Okay, now we'll move on to some college football. But before we do that, we're going to take a short break. Then we'll come back, jump right into the college football games. I think there's 3 or 4 games tonight in college football. But before we go take a short break, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all of our announcements and stuff for the show. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have hats, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, beanies, a lot of different things available on there. There'll be some new stuff dropping here real soon, so please go check that out. There's also a link there where you can donate to the show if you'd like to donate to help the show grow. We'd appreciate that as well. You can find that link in the video description, or it's also going across the bottom of the screen in the ticker. And again, the link is streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Enjoy this clip while we're on break. Let me get this going. We have a big announcement today. All right. Any of you guys that are pro wrestling fans, this Saturday night, DCCW will be having Summer Shakedown. It's all the Jake Paul hype yet. I think he's a good boxer. Do I think he's a high level and can compete with like professional boxers? No. Has he fought a pure striker or a pure boxer to where he could prove that he can box at a pro level? Not yet. Tyron Woodley's going to be the best striker he's fought. Tyron Woodley ain't a boxer, but Tyron Woodley's going to be the best pure striker that Woodley's fought so far. He fought an NBA player that was coming in with his head down and not even looking where he was throwing. Then he fought Ben Askren, and I'm a big Ben Askren fan. Ben Askren ain't known for his striking. I don't know why Ben Askren even thought he was going to get there and box. Ben Askren beat people by taking them down, holding them down, and pound them somewhere they're on the ground. He wasn't known at all for his striking ability on his feet. Yeah, you can't take it away from him. Jake Paul, he's looked good in them fights. I think Woodley's going to be the toughest fight he's had so far, just because I think Woodley's the best striker he's fought. But I'd like to see him fight a boxer. You don't even have to be a top-level boxer yet. Fight a mid-level boxer everybody knows. See how it goes. If it goes good, move up in competition. But I'm not saying jump in against like Floyd Mayweather or somebody like that. Your first time fighting a professional boxer. You don't have to do that, but just fight somebody that's a boxer, not an NBA player, not a wrestler. Now you're fighting an MMA guy that, hey, can strike. I think Woodley's going to knock Paul's head off. I think Woodley is going to have too much power for him. I think Woodley has enough striking that he's going to be able to compete with him. I don't think Jake Paul's going to beat Woodley, but I'm not going to lie. I'm interested in seeing it on it's next Sunday night. Don't forget, we now have merch. Go check that merch store out. Also, on that same link as the merch, there is also a donation page there too if you'd like to donate to the show to help the show grow. Check those out. Hopefully you find some merch on there you like. Right now we have a couple t-shirts for a t-shirt for each show, a hoodie, and a hat. I'm working on some more stuff. We'll have more merch coming out here real soon. But hit that merch store up. Check it out. Also, check us out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get the notifications. Also, you can find us on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. You can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR, Gonzo Sports Room, if you just want the audio versions. All right. Again, real quick, because after seeing these fights over the weekend, it's back in my head. These UFC fighters need to band together, stand together somehow, join a fucking fighters union or whatever you got to do. You guys got to get paid more. There's no way anybody should be going in that cage and fighting like that and making like, for example, the dude that fought Sean O'Malley last week, that Chris Latino, if he wouldn't have got the fight they got the fight night bonus for fight of the night or whatever, so they got a $75,000 bonus. But if he wouldn't have got that, he was only going to make like $15,000. And that's not counting paying his coaches or team, you know what I mean? Any expenses he has to pay, like coaches, team, any of that. Taxes. So hell, after taxes and paying everybody, he might have made like 8 grand for that, or $8 or $9 for that fight. There ain't no way. That's not right. That dude took almost 200 punches to the fucking face. Got lucky, he ended up making about $90,000 before taxes and paying everybody. So he ended up with a decent payday because it was fight of the night. But and there's a lot of cases, man. There's a lot of these fights. Some of these guys on these prelims are fighting for $5-6 grand. By the time you pay your fucking team, you ain't making shit. Maybe $3 grand. That's not enough to be getting in there like that. The fighters have to find a way to change that. The UFC makes too much fucking money to be paying the fighters like that. But they let them get it. I mean, until the fighters stand up and do something, they're going to keep. As long as they can get away with it, they're going to keep doing it. But it's crazy. But anyway, that's just a little ring.
If y'all ain't got nowhere to go, just sit back, enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, September 24th, 2021. All right, we just got done going through the baseball games for today. Now we're going to jump into some college football. We got a few college football games tonight. Then got a whole slate of college football games for tomorrow. All right, tonight, let's see. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3. All right, looks like we have 5 games in total tonight. First game starts at 6:57 p.m. Eastern. It is Middle Tennessee at Charlotte. Charlotte is 2.5-point favorites. They're minus 148 on the money line. Middle Tennessee is plus 120 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 55.5. I like Charlotte here at the minus 2.5. I'm gonna go the under the 55.5 in that game. Then you got the Brown Bears at Harvard Crimson. I'll be honest, I don't know hardly anything about them, so I'm not. All right. Then you have Wake Forest at Virginia. Virginia is minus 3.5 or 3.5-point favorites. They're minus 170 on the money line. Wake Forest is plus 138 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 70.5. Both these teams have quarterbacks that are playing at a high level. The difference in this game, though, is Wake Forest's defense hasn't been very good. Yeah, they're 3-0, but they also haven't played a very tough schedule yet. We're starting to see how bad Florida State was. They did beat Florida State. Virginia, Brennan Armstrong, he's threw for 554 yards and 4 scores in their last game. Virginia's offense is a high-powered offense. I don't think Wake Forest's defense is going to be able to slow Virginia down. I like Virginia at the minus 3.5 tonight. I'm going to go under the 70.5. I think Virginia's defense will be able to slow down Wake Forest. Then you have Liberty at Syracuse. Liberty is 6.5-point favorites. They're minus 265 on the money line. Syracuse is at plus 210 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 54.5. Liberty is the better team here. Syracuse has hardly no pass rush. They're not going to be able to put any pressure on Liberty. Liberty has the better offense and the better defense. Liberty's 10-0 ATS in their last 10 games. I like Liberty here at the minus 6.5. Another game we have tonight starts at 10:30 tonight. Be a late game. You have UNLV at Fresno State. Fresno State is 30.5-point favorites. they're minus 20,000 on the money line. UNLV is plus 3,000 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 59.5. I like Fresno State here minus the 30.5. UNLV's offense struggles. They're averaging barely 200 yards a game. They struggle throwing the ball. Their defense is allowing 40 points a game. Fresno State's 4-1 ATS their last 5. I look for Fresno State to roll in this game. I like Fresno State here at the minus 30.5. All right. That's all the games for tonight. We'll look ahead at a few games for tomorrow. I'll put out my official picks for the Saturday games tomorrow morning. Or they'll be up by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, or they'll be up late tonight. One of the two. One of the games I am interested in tomorrow, because tomorrow is not a whole lot of real good matchups. You have a lot of the bigger teams playing small schools this week, so there's a lot of big spreads. But one game I do like is Notre Dame at Wisconsin. I think this should be an interesting game. You have Wisconsin as 5.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 235 on the money line. Notre Dame is plus 186 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 45.5. Notre Dame hasn't looked real great. They squeaked by their first 2 games. Looked a little better last week against Purdue. I actually thought Purdue would win that game, and Purdue didn't even cover. But Wisconsin is a different animal than what Purdue is, I think. I lean toward Wisconsin at the as 5.5-point favorites at home, and I lean toward the under the 45.5. See what other games. Bowling Green at Minnesota. Like I said, there's a lot of Missouri at Boston College. You got Missouri as 1.5-point favorites there. That could be a pretty good game. Neither one of them teams are real strong. LSU at Mississippi State. Now this, I think, is going to be a good game. LSU is 2.5-point favorites. They're minus 134 on the money line. Mississippi State is plus 110 on the money line. This is a spot here where I like Mississippi State here as home dogs. I would wait to see if maybe it goes up to at least 3. But if not, this is a spot that I'd almost take a shot at Mississippi State on the money line at the plus 110. And I'd go under the 56.5. You have Texas Tech at Texas. Like I said, there's a lot of big spreads this week. Got Ball State and Toledo. That's a game I'm interested in because Ball State's in my hometown. As you can see from the jersey up here, they have Toledo as 4.5-point favorites, minus 210 on the money line. Ball State is plus 168 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 56.5. I like Ball State here as home dogs. Again, this is where I see some value here. Ball State didn't play very good against Wyoming last week. I look for them to come back, play a good game tomorrow. I like Ball State at the plus 168 money line. Illinois and Purdue. They have Purdue as 11.5-point favorites. I don't know about that. I think that might be a little too much. Louisville and Florida State. Neither one of them teams are real great. Probably a decent game. Rutgers and Michigan. They have Michigan as 20.5-point favorites. That's, to me, that seems a little high. But all right. Like I said, we will. I'll give you guys out our official picks will be out on our social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, or it'll be late tonight. But I will get those up. I like waiting a little bit so I can see what the spreads do, what injuries there are. It sucks to bet too early. So I will let you guys know that stuff on our social media. So check out our social media pages: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. You can also find me on Facebook at Chris D. Gonzalez, or Twitter at Chris Gonzalez at Gonzalez Sports. Got the Ryder Cup going on. It's something we have going on also this weekend. Got a lot of sports stuff going on this weekend. All right, NFL. Let's look forward to a few of the NFL games. Got the Cardinals at the Jags. Cardinals are 7.5 point favorites. I'd like to get this at 7, but I feel comfortable taking the Cardinals at 7.5 against the Jags too. Jags haven't looked good at all. You got the Colts at the Titans. Titans are 4.5 point favorites here. Depends on if Carson Wentz plays and how healthy he is. I'll probably stay away from this game. As you can tell, I'm a big Colts fan, but without knowing the status of Carson Wentz. If Carson Wentz was healthy, I would take the Colts at the plus 4.5 in a heartbeat. I think it'll be a real good game, but I don't know what to expect from Jacob Eason. Last time I saw him play, he made 2 throws. One of them was almost intercepted, and the other one was intercepted. Ravens and Lions. Ravens should roll there. They're 7.5 point favorites. I think they'll cover that. Buffalo and Washington football team. Buffalo 7 point favorites. I like that as well at the 7. Saints against the Patriots. This is a game that interests me because the first game of the year, the Saints came out and they looked tough. Just dominated the Packers. Aaron Rodgers couldn't do nothing against that defense. And then they come back in week 2 last week and get dominated by the Carolina Panthers. Which if you haven't watched the Panthers play yet, I think the Panthers have proven through the first 3 games they have pretty good damn defense. And Darnold's playing better than what he did last year. I think it's the Adam Gase effect. But this game here, man, I can see this game going both ways. You got 2 good coaches, a young quarterback, a quarterback that's getting a second chance as a starter. That's a game I'm going to look at a little more, but at 3, I'm almost tempted to take the Saints plus 3. Chargers and Chiefs, I think this is going to be a real good game too. You have the Chiefs as 6.5 point favorites. That's one I'm probably going to stay away from. Bears at the Browns. You got Justin Fields making his first start. Browns are at 7.5 point favorites. I like the Browns here, but I'd like to get it at least at 7 or under, especially not knowing exactly how healthy Baker Mayfield is. I know he was dealing with some injury, but they said that they expected him to play. So I lean toward the Browns here, but I would like to get it at 7 or under 7. Right now it's at 7.5. So that's a game I'd be waiting closer to kickoff to see what happens there. Bengals at the Steelers. Steelers are 3 point favorites. Steelers offense has to pick up. Big Ben's dealing with an injury, but it sounded like he's going to play. Falcons, Giants. I lean toward the Giants here because I think the Giants are better than what they've been doing. But Dolphins, Raiders. You got Jacoby Brissett making his start for the Dolphins. I like the Raiders here. Raiders are looking good. I think they're going to improve to 3-0. They're 3.5 point favorites. We will put out all of our NFL picks will be out by 9 o'clock Sunday morning. They'll probably be out sometime Saturday night after midnight. But make sure you follow us on social media so you don't miss none of that stuff, because that's where we post everything. But all right, before we get out of here for today, I'm going to give you guys my we'll get to the picks of the day. All right, Major League Baseball. I like the Cincinnati Reds money line, the Detroit Tigers money line, the Boston Red Sox money line, the Milwaukee Brewers money line, that's going to be all my baseball picks for today. So in baseball for today, to recap, I have the Reds, the Tigers, the Red Sox, and the Brewers. All money line. Also, I'm going to add one more. Give me the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals money line as well over the Cubs. In college football for tonight, I like Virginia minus 3.5 against Wake Forest. I like Liberty minus 6.5 over Syracuse. And I like Fresno State minus 30.5 over UNLV. I'll go ahead and give a pick for them 3 games tonight. So I got 4 baseball games, 3 college football games are my picks for today. Also, before we get out of here, don't forget tomorrow UFC 266. Going to be a real good card. Have some good fights on there. Let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. We will be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with the live watch along and reaction to UFC 266. You got Volkanovski and Ortega in the main event. Volkanovski is 22-1. He has 11 wins by knockout. He has good striking. Ortega's 15-1. He has 3 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. This is going to be a good fight here. I like Volkanovski here to retain his title. And you have Shevchenko's defending her title against Lauren Murphy. I think Shevchenko's going to win this one. I just don't think Murphy hasn't enough. I don't think there's anybody that has anything for Shevchenko other than Nunes. And then in the fight I'm interested, you have Nick Diaz making his first fight back in 6 years against Robbie Lawler. This is probably going to be a brawl. I favor Diaz in this fight, but it should be a real good fight. But make sure you join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. for live watch along and reactions to UFC 266. But all right, before we get out of here, don't forget you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Also, GSR Gonzo Sports Room is live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places where you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, a lot of different things on there. Have some new merch dropping here real soon, so go check that out. There's also a donation page at that same link. If you'd like to donate to the show to help the show grow, we'd also appreciate that as well. You can find that link in the video description, or it's also going across the bottom of the screen in the ticker. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, with live watch along and reaction to the UFC 266. We'll be live here in about about at 1:40. Let's say at 1:30. We'll be live at let's say 1:45. We'll be live at 1:45 today with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. So hope to see you guys here in a little bit for that. If not, hope to see you guys tomorrow for the UFC event. Hope everybody, if not, have a safe weekend. Have fun, but don't do nothing too stupid. Be safe. We'll see you guys either tomorrow or on Monday, or hopefully here in about an hour for GSR. Peace.
Never took a break, not Rachel and Ross. They've been too biased, they can get crossed. 815, now it's time to get lost. Henny in your system, a system like Dennis. Yes, I found a lane like my last name, Bennis. Going Bill 9, so they can deny. Yes, I've been cooking in a lab like a chemist. Hate it or love it, but I won't stop till the day that I reach the top. Oh yeah. A legend is what I'll be. I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. I don't care what you have to say. Everything is gonna be okay. Yo, if y'all ain't got nowhere to go, just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy. And I ain't got shame, that's just me being frank. I invested in myself like a shark, no tank. I made it through the weeds like Nancy, no dank. Till the day I get a Grammy saying who I wanna thank. If y'all ain't talking dope, then y'all ain't saying nothing like Maggie. Redefining hip-hop, the tracks are still swaggy. Thought I cooled off, thought you had me, but my lines burn after reading like Bradley. Hate it or love it, but I won't stop till the day that I reach the top. Oh yeah. A legend is what I'll be. I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. I don't care what you have to say. Everything is gonna be okay. Yo, if y'all ain't got nowhere to go, just sit back, enjoy the show. Just sit back, enjoy the show.